gentlemen, this is the list of the best colognes of 2023, because this year has come nearly to an end. I mean, it's December, what can happen? Not much. If something happens, subscribe, because I'm going to go and do an update video. But this is a list of niche and designer fragrances that have come out of this year, just winners. First up, we've got an oldie but a goodie, YSL La Nuit de l'Homme Eau de Toilette. You guys ask me if it's worth it. It's still worth it. I know the performance isn't as good, but guys, this fragrance DNA is just to die for. Every woman adores it, me included. This is like your fail-safe date fragrance or fall winter scent. Absolutely divine. The bergamot, the lavender, it's just romantic. You just get in the mood with this fragrance. It's so good. So it's still on this list. Next, a goodie and new fragrance. It's Oster from Electimuss. If you want a fragrance that is so strong and so confidence boosting, this is the one to go. This is it. There is something about the scent. It's super sexy, extremely masculine, straightforward, to the point. The whole bottle just shows what the fragrance is like. It's powerful. It's like an empire. It just hits you in the face with the woodiness of it. It's dry and it's woody. It's intense. It's just to die for. Absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. Next up, the best Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. Okay, this is Le Male Le Parfum. So good. This one gets you compliments, amazing performance. It's more of this like sexy, nuanced, bit of vanilla, bit minty, super like sensual, sexy, very mysterious, and smells the highest quality out of the whole line for me. There's so many flankers, but just go for this one. It's the most modern and it's just perfect. Next, I mean, Bleu de Chanel, and this year Parfum just won me over. It's got more depth. It smells just really good, manly. It's a good like everyday man's blue cologne, but the Parfum version has got a bit of something special. It's a bit more expensive smelling, so Parfum, here it is. There had to be one creed on this list, and it's still Royal Oud, okay? This is the best creed in my opinion, and it's becoming rarer because of the ingredients in this. It's actually harder to formulate and everything, so I've heard that there's less bottles of it, which is good for you, because if you own a bottle or if you get a hold of a bottle, you'll smell that much more unique. This is a billionaire sort of a smell. It's a oud, but not in like a normal oudy way. It's a very light touch French oud that smells like somebody that is English and that has got tons and tons of money. This is what this smells like to me. Next, we've got a Dior fragrance in this little pouch that it can't escape from, but this is Dior Sauvage Elixir. I mean, they nailed it with Elixir. It's powerful, strong, has got enough uniqueness to really just make it more interesting of a cologne. And the sweetness in here is absolutely just brings everything together. Super sexy cologne and just the best Sauvage in my opinion, so it has to be on this list. It just made it. It knocked the Eau de Toilette out of this list. Next, we've got the sexiest cologne ever, Oud Wood from Tom Ford. I mean, this cologne is straight up dry, woody, simple, but you'll get compliments left, right and center. This one is a fail-safe compliment monster. It is just, so many people have asked Mate what he was wearing, written it down. He gets compliments everywhere. I'm like afraid to let him out with this fragrance on. It's so good. Next on this list is the new Armani Code Parfum. They just nailed it. They took the freshness and the mintiness of the Eau de Toilette. They took the earthiness and warm facets of the Eau de Parfum and other ones, and they just put it all into this one. It's got a better bottle, better performance, just the scent itself. It's the good old Armani Code, but made just hugely. So it's in this list this year. Next up, we've got the good old Prada Luna Rosa Black. This fragrance again gives you that same Le Mal Le Parfum vibe. It's got that mintiness, it's got a bit of sweetness in there. It's just this sensual, mysterious man in a bottle. It's got something, it's got character, and you'll for sure get compliments and attention with this one. Perfect for introverts as well. Amazing fragrances on this list. It wasn't possible to even like put them in order, but I've tried. So we're getting closer to the top of this list, and Amouage Homme from MFK, it is just, it's winning it for me this year. Eau de Toilette especially, there's something about it, that lightness that the Extrait just quite doesn't have. It's a standout from the MFK line. If you only know Oud Satin Mood and MFK, this is absolutely to die for. This is signature worthy. There is freshness in it. There is Amouage, obviously. There is a bit of chocolatiness in it, but there's also this like freshness that is kind of like Creed Ventusy in a way. It's so unique, so different. There's all these elements pulling together. Super sexy and high quality. Just an amazing one. Now for the top three. Number 3 is Stronger of Your Intensley for Armani. This fragrance is just still on the top. They keep releasing flankers, but this and the Absolutely, they just nail it. It gets men compliments. It smells extremely good, and I would argue that for men, actually designer colognes usually are slightly better. I don't know what it is. For women, I usually like to recommend them like niche fragrances, but men, they just, I think designers just nail men's colognes, and this one is one of them. It's nutty, it's warm, it's perfect for this season right now, the wintry season. It just is magic in a bottle. Now for the top 2, they're super strong colognes, and number 2 is Red Tobacco Mancera. It's still one of my favorite colognes for men ever. It's got this super dry woodiness. There's something, there's a couple of dry woody fragrances in this list. It's so good. There's a red fruit and just dry woodiness. It is so mouth-wateringly sexy. I can't explain it. It's so good. Just try it and see how you feel with it on. I mean, not everybody will love this fragrance on themselves, but other people will love it on you. That's sometimes the price you have to pay. And number 1 is, I'm just in love with this fragrance this year. I just love it on my husband, and I can't wait for him to wear it again. Like it's in my head. I'm obsessed with this fragrance. It's the Amouage Interlude Black Iris. I have always loved this fragrance, but for some strange reason this year, it's just transformed everything in fragrance. It's so extremely strong. It's spicy, it's woody, it's got sweetness in here. This is the interlude, but with a tons more sweetness, which make it, in my opinion, very interesting, very appropriate for fall and winter. This lasts and lasts. Super projecting fragrance, smells like a billionaire to me. This just oozes sophistication, money, and it's just such a unique scent. You won't find anything like this in the designer market. So this is where niche colognes are worth it, and only then, when they are really impressive, you can smell it, you get the experience. Just love this fragrance so much if you want to smell super unique and be just one of those guys that has one of those colognes that everybody's like, what is this guy wearing? Like, nobody else is wearing this. This is a super powerful masculine cologne. And I'm actually changing my mind. I'm also putting it joint first with Oster Electimuss, because I just can't with this one. There is something about it. I just love it so much in the air now, smelling it. It's addictive. It's dry, woody. It's so strong. There's this leatheriness, almost like a just petrol. It's so masculine and so good. I know that things that I'm saying might be like what? How can you say petrol smells good? It does. There is just something in here. Petrol comes out of the earth, okay? So there's this like earthiness, this like rawness to it. I adore it. So, okay, let's do it. Joint first with this one because I'm obsessed with Electimuss Oster. Let me know what is your absolute favorite cologne of the year down in the comments. We all want to know. I'll link all of these, of course, in my description as well. My favorite way for you guys to sample any of these, if you want to sample them before you buy. I'll also recommend one of the, like, I think the best place for samples, because they've got a selection that is huge, and there's nothing worse than like trying to get your samples and you have to buy them from all these different places. I always hate that. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.